We got ourselves man named Donkey. Over for, oh, I kind of like your mug with a tabard. Yo, it looks good. We got Donkey over for the team one. We got BTK, another unholy as well. We got ourselves Bellator jumping in first. My music kind of stopped going all together completely. But Chicago going to be first up versus Bellator. It's going to be full Reckless Abandon with a Kyrian Burst. That's going to be Chicago just going for a wall, trying to stay in Ghost. It's going to be quick stun to break apart some damage from Bellator. And that's going to be a little bit of that capacitor to stop and place. Bellator does not choose to burn a trinket. Trying to get aggressive against all of these Raptors. Going to be Alien Blast for Chicago. Does dip Bellator's health quite a low. And Bellator with the fear to separate away for a second. It's going to go for a little bit of those execute procs. I see the crows flying out every time he lands that double execute with his weapons. It's going to be big old fire or earth elemental. I was going to say fire elemental just because the thing is big on red. Literally my mind was like, oh, red, big. It's got to be fire alley. 100%. Somebody chained by Chicago? Chicago's like, who did that? DDK, I didn't even do that. And Duncan's just kind of looking out. Oh, I definitely was okay. It looks like BTK is like looking away, almost like a purpose. Almost like he knows he did it wrong. Oh, just look away. Just look away. I definitely didn't do it. We got Medby over than team 1 as well. Oh, team 2 as well as Nala. Joining back in as a marksman. Hunter Bellator is going to go for a big heal off of those pets as he does play Impending Victory. It's going to be able to cover quite a bit. Going to be Chicago up next, trying to get some damage over versus Bellator with a big zap to follow. Bellator taking a bit of the dam. As he got himself big recklesses, it's going to be a big spears to follow. It's going to be Chicago with a disarm. Can't really know much about it. It's going to try to see if it can get on the edge of that spear. It's going to be Resident Trinket. I'm not even sure whose it was. I think it might have been Bellator's or potentially Chicago's. But somebody dropped the grenade trick and tried to keep him in place. It's going to be big zabs onto Bellator. Continue just again unleash so much health from all these pets. The Fury Warrior self-heal build. I'm a big fan of it personally. I know some people really hate the ability for like a non-hybrid class, like a non-paladin, non-shaman, to gain some kind of healing, like an enhancement shaman or Fury Warrior. But I kind of love when a class like isn't supposed to heal it is able to. You know what I mean? Makes things a little bit more even. Chicago super low now. Could be in the big time. Mexican range is going to go behind the pillar. Catch up a little bit of healing. Maelstrom getting used up. It's going to actually lose a little bit of that value. Bellator needs to get more range of blows. Needs to get a proc off that tier set in order to maximize his damage. Is going to get a random recklessness here and there. Needs to capitalize on those wrecks whenever possible. We get someone to Chicago who's going to send a primordial over to Bellator. Unless Chicago can get those Ghost Tools back up, there's going to be a lack of Maelstrom for a moment here. It's going to get the Ghost Tools back, or Ghost Raptors back in. Spear onto Chicago. Bellator's going to use it to try to separate away. Chicago waiting for it to get a bit more Maelstrom. He's going to use Maelstrom defensively. Bellator catching up a lot of healing, and this is going to keep Chicago away with that spear, just keeping him in place. Not a bad move, honestly. Bellator is able to recover a lot. Big spear in Chicago. Got himself Aegis Stricken. Might not be enough here. Trying to do whatever they can. Quick stun to break apart Bellator for a second. Chicago's still super low in health. In the execute range, Bellator still could end it right here. Oh, Chicago does get a heal. In between of it, and there's even more healing. Bellator does lose a lot of health. Ghost Raptors joining in. And it's going to have to get for a heal. Going to be a trick for Chicago. Still in the bad spot. It's going to use Maelstrom generated from the Wolves or Raptors in order to be able to get a little bit more healing. Bellator catching up on a lot of health that they're going for. Potentially Kyrian sipping up. I don't even know what kind of Kyrian build they would be going for. I guess Pelagos. Disarm on to Chicago. Trying to limit the amount of Maelstrom generated. Bellator does go for Enrage Generation. Quick Reflect versus Chicago on the next zap. I think it's going to be Chicago going for a Frost Shock instead. As Bellator trying to see if they can unleash the rage. Building up a lot of rage and gaining a lot of health back before the Maelstrom really starts rotting these boys down. Bellator looking to disarm Chicago. Again, trying to limit as much of that Maelstrom generation as possible. Looking for as much self-healing as he can. Got him so reckless back up. Potentially could be a big spear go. It's going to be wrecked with the spear. Does Chicago have cooldowns? Does have a wall for this one. It's going to be Resonant Trinket onto Bellator. I think Bellator might blow up from it. Bellator needs a heal right now. Has a Ghost Raptor, needs to get a heal from it. Immediately going to be Sunder. Oh, Chicago taking advantage of the fact that the cooldowns were down for you, warrior boy. Trying to take him out. Nala going to be up next. Double tap ready to go. Is going to go for a big old explosive shot onto Chicago. Potentially death shock him. Trying to see if he can catch a rapid fire on him. Is going to be able to attach a rapid fire on Chicago. Isn't Ghost Wolf. Trying to maintain as much self-healing as possible. Earth Elemental joining in as well. And is able to avoid most of the damage from Nala. And that's going to be a knockback for Nala with a slow. Try to see if they can maybe line to side. At least able to get a rapid fire onto Chicago. Aim shot 1, aim shot 2. Potentially, if they can get a bunch of those aim shots back to back, they might actually be okay. Damage-wise, just need to push out as much damage as possible. But Chicago is going to try to see if they can stay mobile. Lag it a little bit all over the place quickly. But Chicago not playing the defensive talent. Instead of playing the feral lunge. which is interesting. Now they're going for a bit of a reset, feign death. Together with Binding Shot versus Chicago. Chicago looks like it can have a root break. They might be in trouble. Gonna be aim shot together with the Aegis. A lot of that is physical damage though. Is gonna try to heal through it. Rapid fire by Nala is actually, oh my, what just happened? The Raptors getting charged out in big old bite with a frost shotgun to Chicago. He had like 3 Raptors on the guy. Grippy hand up into Chicago. He's gonna have to pop every defense in order to survive this. Get himself a little bit of self-heal. Stunned with a Sunder to break away from Donkey for a second. The Army of the Dead is gonna have to go a long ways around to catch up to Chicago. It's gonna be a bomb. The pet transformed. It's quite a lot of damage. This is gonna be able to catch up to Chicago. Gonna be a wall for the Shaman. As the need of the Maelstrom, but Donkey's actually taking a bit of damage of his own. Gonna be the AMS to try to deal with some of the magic damage. Chicago looks like they've recovered for the most part. AMS into the duel. Big Steps burning through the AMS. And Donkey's on the defensive with a fresh new flesh cap just to get him back up and running. Chicago could potentially go for flesh cap of their own. Is gonna get out the Ghost Wolves. The Ghost Raptors are gonna get some bites into that shield. It bites into Donkey, doing some decent damage in there. Chicago get hit with a Thunder onto the. Oh, what was that? Was that just a Storm Strike with a Windfear proc? Just popped off of that guy. BDK trying to see if he can take the momentum with the last Death Knight versus Chicago, who got him some Ghost Raptor form. Down on defenses, maybe an Aegis, potentially going to be a stun chicken for Chicago. Potentially Aegis chicken is going to go for the static totem onto BDK, and it's going to end up eliminating totem. The grippy hand does put Chicago in a bad spot. There's going to be Aegis chicken, give Chicago a little bit of defense. Using all the Maelstrom they got in order to heal as much as possible. Flesh got in the last second, but BDK does end up swiping him down. Together with a big old transformed pet, is able to take him out. War Machine charging onto one of the Skulkers. Spear into BDK. Good AMS it is good AMS it. Going to be a reflect out for War Machine. Is it going to be short? Will look like a stun onto the warrior, by the warrior onto the DK. Gonna go for a bit of a Blaze Storm. Does play the Tormented Kingslayer, so it's gonna activate that Recklessness. But War Machine is going to be able to leap away. Big grip by the DK is going to be able to reconnect back with the War Machine. Maybe could potentially just sink it with a little bit of damage he's got. Going to be that Swarm up and running. War Machine trinketed something. I'm not really sure what, but trinketed as he got hit with a stun. So actually the stun was full. BDK just tried to see if he could take him down over time. And I think that might have been a... wait, was that a Soul Reaper? That might have been a Soul Reaper kill. That means only pets are empowered. Wait, see, this is just gonna blast it up by a 50% damage increase pet? Because that pet is actually doing quite a bit of damage back there. BTK is not even touching the Warlock. It's gonna put the pet back as the pet is taking a bit of damn. That pet is just continuing to claw at CBZeus. It's not giving him a break. CBZ is finally going to a bit of drain life. Going to be some damage exchange between one another. Going to be BTK going for that pre-AMS. Going to be stunned from the pet. It's going to be IBF immediately just to keep himself moving. There's going to be Tyrant joining in, but it's going to be stunned to CBZ. Tyrant is still going to possibly come out unless BTK can maybe go for a grip. Does not have a grip. Mortal Coil sent in BTK, but doesn't at least have line of sight. Going to be tricking out of the Mortal Coil. It's going to be an AMZ down. It should be able to line of sight a lot of these pets. Actually going to be grip. CBZ at him with an Aegis Trinket. CBZ got a low in health. BTK just trying to see if he can take it down right now. Does he get a chance to do it? Actually, oh, the pets actually did all the damage to the DK instead. What is Snapback's doing? CBZ took down the DK. There's no way. Are you kidding me, bro? Medbee is back in. And this is going to be the last one left. I can't believe it. That was a clutch between the Death Knight and the Warlock. And CBZ was just going for resources. Medbee, I think, was going to give him a little bit of a reset. But CBZ is trying to, you know what, like, let's just keep this deals going. It's part of the 5v5 1v1 format. Big bleeder CBZs. I don't think this man lives unless he starts draining the life and energy and everything out of Medbee. Unless he drains his bank account at this point to get some, buy some good healthcare. Actually, this man might be healthy enough. Oh, big old bite. He was going to be healthy until the bite. Now he's going to have to report a cat attack. Snapback is going to be up next. Try to see if he might be able to get some damage onto Medbee. See if he might be able to crush him with his A-bomb. Does he play the chain A-bomb build? I think he might be, right? That's why his pet is all fired up like that? Or maybe that's a legendary? I can't even tell. I'm not even sure. Maybe is going to go for a bit of a reset behind the Pillar of Thorns. This is up to try to see if he can slow down. Maim onto Snapbacks with a Convoke. Swap it out of the strategy. This, I didn't realize this man was going to be playing Night Fight. I thought he was going to be Necrolord yet again. Going to be a stun to Medbee as Lunar Beam trying to go for the biggest damage possible. Going to be a wreck down with a hammer throw. That's going to be a big old Ursul trying to keep Lunar Beam at bay. It's going to get yoing back towards that Ursul. Maim by Medbee. Lunar Beam goes in for a full-blown bubble. Maybe just needs to wait long enough until Convoke is back up. But actually, I don't even know if he needs to. He might not even have to wait that long. Gotta leap away from Lunar Beam, looking for a quick reset. Might just be able to go for a big old bleeds, big old bite, big old stun. Berserk coming back up very, very soon. Try to see if maybe be able to poke behind from around the pillar and get a stun. Gonna be a maim onto Lunar Beam. Shield of Vengeance does pop, but it's actually 50% damage reduced. Shield of Vengeance. Because of dampening, the shield doesn't absorb nearly as much damage, so he doesn't get nearly as much splashback damage as well. So it actually gets reduced greatly. Paladins, I think, are one of the classes that really suffers the most because their defense basically just goes out of the window. It looks like Medbay just literally bears him down. Paladin just couldn't bear it. Medbay with 3 kills apparently. BTK with 2, and I believe it was Chicago that was getting like at least 3 or 4 there back to back. Let's go, boys. I like it. I like it. Let's get another one going, boys. Yeah, let's get another duel for the day. Get Nike in there with your boy Seawork.